Hello, Marcus Guiliano here, international business author, professional speaker, Forbes Business Council contributor, fellow restaurateur, and I'm here with my wife today.
Hello, everybody. How are you? And Jamie.
Jamie. She never really gets on the camera with me much. I wish she would, because she's so insightful. She has a lot to offer. And this is a topic that you're going to, you can answer this as well as I can answer this. Turnover in restaurants. Here's a comment from a new manager. This is a comment on a forum, a Facebook forum. I love to dive into those forums and get advice and give advice. There's some really great information out there if you look for it. So Jamie, what's this comment?
Sure. So 6 months ago, I came on as a GM to a very poorly managed small restaurant, and I've had almost 100% employee turnover since I began. The issues range from attitude, ego, to outright theft, and employees have been let go or voluntarily resigned. Tonight, one of my bartenders quit after getting into a verbal altercation with another bartender. She felt that he was taking shots and not bringing in drinks properly, but I have no way to verify that beyond he said, she said. We don't have cameras that show the whole bar, just the register. He denies taking shots and says he diligently rang in everything else. She was pretty harsh to me, accusing me of not managing the situation properly, but I cannot discipline for actions that I cannot verify. No proof and no manager to see it happen. I believe she has personal issues outside of work that are stressing her out, as this outburst wasn't her first. She and the other bartender have clashed over various things before as well. I asked them to talk to each other with me as a mediator, but she refused and put in her 2 weeks. I'm tired of the turnover, but I don't think that anyone who has left is much of a loss. Do I just keep pushing through, trying to hire well and train and hope it evens out? Transition periods are tough on everyone. I just feel like I'm failing as a manager because of these staff issues. Any thoughts out there?
Staffing issues, right? We just had an issue where in the kitchen, the new sous chef, the cooks weren't liking him and this and that, and we've had issues out front where, it's he said, she said, and they point the finger. And we have turnover, but we have some people that have been with us 15 years, 6 years, 5 years. So we have longevity, but there's a certain amount of people that just always turn over. So people do have personal issues. People have. Okay, go ahead and share your thoughts on this. By the way, we're in Barcelona right now. This is not our normal background here. We're getting ready to hit the streets of Barcelona. We just finished up finishing up a 2-week winery tour of Spain.
Absolutely. So I think that there's a lot of different ways you can go on this. Number one, take responsibility as a manager, and you're stepping into this position. You need to take responsibility for what is going on there.
That right there changed my business and my personal life.
Absolutely. Take
100% responsibility for everything that's happening in your situation. I think that's the biggest thing. So my 2 cooks or my 3 cooks that were having problems, I set them down. I set them down individually and I set them down together. But I set them down individually because I want to hear the whole story of all their sides before I actually set them down together, because then I could use reference points and say, well, what about this and what happened here and this and that. And when I sat down with each one of them, I said, I'm going to take responsibility for this. I'm going to take the blame for this. Even though you two are the ones at each other, I'm taking the blame. I'd like to know the situation because I'm going to fix the situation.
And how can I fix it or make it better? But I also believe that being a manager starts at the bottom with everybody. So it's the way you manage from the beginning. The way you walk in, people don't like change. They don't like somebody coming in and changing the environment that they've been used to. So number one, you have to take that into consideration. You have to learn how to be a good manager and come into a new situation and fix it. But you're not going to be able to fix everything all at one time. No. You're only going to be able to fix little things at a time. So, but you have to start at the bottom, and you have to create a culture, and you have to create an environment that all of your employees want to come to every day and work and be successful working together as a team.
So teamwork. So you said very few. Well, you said some great points that I'd like to elaborate on. First of all, coming into a new place is hard. I hope the owner has given you support, proper support, and let everybody know that, hey, the buck stops at you. You're the person. Help this person transition. Help our new manager transition, and show them the right way. Right? Show them the right way to do things. Welcome them, this and that. So, and I hope that there is a chain of command. Chain of command posted where you're at the top, and these bartenders know exactly where they're at and whatever. Everybody knows where they're at in the chain of command and who they report to, which is super important. So I failed before at hiring people in and not properly explain to my staff their role. Even if it's a bartender or an assistant manager, I need to explain the role as an owner, okay? What else did you say?
Teamwork.
Teamwork. The number one way to get staff productive is by doing team exercises, teamwork, outside retreats as well. Staff loves to go out and get out and do things together and bond. And that makes a happy staff when they can get along with each other. So I suggest, we do this all the time. We do nights where we're like, okay, we want to try some new drink recipes. We invite everybody in, we put up free food, it's the one night we're closed, and we'll make new drink recipes, we'll make new pizzas, we'll experiment, we'll just have a staff party. Or we take them to a local winery, we do something. We've even done bowling, we've done a lot of things. We've done beach day before, we take all the staff to the beach in New Jersey, we're in upstate New York. They love that kind of stuff, absolutely love it. And they get to learn to be friendlier with each other and work better with each other. That's the number one way for teamwork right there is retreats.
And we do staff meetings as well, and I think staff meetings are super important. Not every restaurant is able to do them all together with all staff, depending on how many staff you have, how large your staff is, or how small your staff is.
So staff meetings or team workshops.
Team workshops.
I like the term team workshop. So we start every team workshop off with
that's what I was
what we're thankful for. What they have to be thankful for something. It can't be, oh, I'm thankful for my family. No, I'm thankful that I had Wednesday off and I got to go to the beach and spend time with my sister and my whatever. I'm thankful for something specific besides a general statement.
And we find that they talk about their families a little bit. So they, you get to find out what their hobbies are, what they like, and it kind of also puts everybody together, and people can start connecting in a different way other than just working with each other.
Right. What they're thankful for, and they also have to give a kudos to somebody else on staff.
We call it an O-snap.
O-snap. So you have to O-snap somebody, like O-snap, I O-snap Cody because Cody busted his ass on Thursday night and he helped me out. He jumped from behind the bar and helped me bust tables when he's the bartender. And they recognize each other and give each other kudos. And we also have a Facebook page that they can do that on as well. Now, you as the manager, or us as the owners and our manager, it's their job to be able to do that too. So I have one friend who does a caught doing right board, where every time somebody gets caught doing something right, their name goes on the board. And at one point we were doing that, and we'd attach the Post-it notes to their paycheck.
Yeah.
So when they got their paycheck, they'd see, thank you for doing this, thank you for doing that, thank you for doing this. And it's great when it comes from the managers.
Absolutely.
But it's also great when it comes from other employees.
So I think this manager needs to give them an environment that they feel comfortable. It sounds like there's a lot of bickering. There's a lot of, going back and forth, not believing each other. And I think this manager in particular needs to start managing them and giving them things to be thankful for and be grateful for. And
Hey, Marcus Guiliano here. So if you like the content that I'm providing in this video, you can get my book, 50 Mistakes That Business Owners Make, for free. Follow the link below in the description of the video, and there's a link to get this book for free. I will ship it to you. You just pay the shipping. I've got the books already here. They're already paid for. 50 Mistakes That Business Owners Make. 15 years plus of me documenting my mistakes and how I corrected them and how I mastermind with some of these mistakes and how I learn from others and what I teach my coaching clients. And again, this book is totally free, so take advantage of it while supplies last.
start managing them and giving them things to be thankful for and be grateful for. And
You have to remember that you're a coach.
right.
You are a coach. Every baseball team, every team that wins a World Series still has a coach. Every restaurant staff needs a coach. So not only are you their boss, but you're their coach as well. And you have to be able to guide them, coach them, get more production out of them. Now, granted, certain people have quit and walked out. You might not want those people, but let me tell you something. With proper coaching, even a bad person, a bad employee, you'll get more productivity out of a bad person. And if somebody refuses to sit down with you, like they refuse to sit down with you, sorry, I'm willing to solve the problem. I'm willing to take responsibility for the problem as a manager. But if you're not going to do your part, forget about it. Totally forget about it. And at that point, there's no sense in even having them on team because they're just going to be a rotten apple.
Absolutely.
So, and yeah, there are lots of rotten apples, but I think the point I really want to stress is constant coaching. We sit down with our staff all the time and say, hey, how's it going? What's going on? And it's not a review. It's not a review.
And if there's something really good, we tell them
Yeah.
as well.
It's not a review. It's just, hey, where do you want to be in 6 months from now? What else do you want to learn here? Tell us about this. Tell us about that. It's just a basic coaching, one-on-one coaching for a half an hour with them that they need. If you just let your staff just
Walk all over you
just
and
want
do
no,
whatever they want.
just work unattended,
Yeah.
like unguided. I mean, yeah, there's certain guidelines and checklists and this and that, but if you let them work without the overall mission and something for them. Employees want to know what they're getting out of their workplace nowadays. It's so hard to get employees. Like, let them know that they're part of a team. They're part of this. What's good? What are they going to get out of it? What's coming up next? What are the possibilities after I leave here? Where do I go? What are my opportunities to move up in the organization? So, staff. It's the biggest problem in this industry.
I mean, we hear it from everybody.
From
But
everybody.
you have to figure out the way that you're going to fix it, and how you can help make the staff get along and provide a good service. You have to remind them that they're there to provide a service, and the service is to take care of the guests. And if the guests aren't being taken care of, then you're not being taken care of, and then it's a round robin, and nobody's going to make money, and nobody's going to be happy.
Another great point. I took on what you're saying. I took the kitchen staff and sat them down like on a Friday night when they were bickering a couple weeks back. I said, "Come on, guys, let's go in my office. Well, we got orders. Don't worry about the orders. I need 5 minutes with everybody." Sat in my office and said, "Listen, what are we here for? What is the purpose of us being here for? The guests,
Or
cooking good food, the guests and cooking good food for our guests. That's what we're here for.
Not for ourselves. We're not here to bicker
Yeah.
with each other.
So if you agree that that's what we're here for because the guests pay us, then we're going to walk back in the kitchen right now and we're going to cook good food tonight without issues." And that's exactly what I said to them.
You did.
Right? Now, when I sit down with them, besides saying I'm taking 100% responsibility, I also throw it back on them as well, and I want information from them. So I'm going to take 100% responsibility here, but you've got to work with me. You've totally got to work with me on this. And I tell them one key thing is everything is solvable.
Everything.
If you come to me with an issue, everything is solvable. So for example, this bartender came to you because somebody's getting free drinks. Well, that's solvable, but I just can't solve it right now. Thank you for bringing that information to me. This is crucial. That's why I need somebody like you on staff, because
Make
I don't
sure
have
things
eyes.
like this aren't happening.
Things like that's not happening. So can you come up with an option to me of what I should do and how I should handle it? How would you handle it if you were the manager? Because I don't want to get into a he said, she said, because that's not going to go anywhere.
Right.
So maybe we need to come up with a better system. So since you're the employee that's on the ball like that, maybe you can help me develop a system so this doesn't happen again. Do we have to go to accounting system? What kind of system do we exactly have to go to, or when can you exactly find and point this out to me? So bring them in and help them solve the problem as well. That's about it.
That's it.
We're gonna hit Barcelona now. A lot of great sights to see. Back to wineries tomorrow. This is our only day of no wineries.
I know.
So awesome.
Have a great day, everybody.